Good morning, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut, and I'm here with
Kelly.
Mike Kelly, and this is Real Estate Jerky Daily. Problem is, I'm using my Apple now, and all of a sudden I see a text come across the screen over here.
It says you're now live on
Oh
Instagram.
no, I called an agent back yesterday to give them an update, and they were in the middle of something else on top of it, and she's like, "I apologize, I wasn't." It's like, I don't care as long as I get you the information.
Yeah, as long as you got the updates.
Yeah. You probably don't want to be my best friend anyway.
Just get the job done.
So I talked to Brian Galke yesterday. He's like, "What happened in the market? Why was it so bad? How come we're down 1,000 points and everything else?" And I told him, it had to do some with the trade carry or carry trade, they call it, which was they were buying Japanese interest rates were so low, but so they're buying. Japanese were buying like dollars and then convert them into yen and back and forth.
Right.
And then it actually bit them in the butt yesterday.
Oh, bit the Japanese.
So, so the people doing and everybody else who was doing what used to be called arbitrage. Carry and trade is an investing strategy where you borrow at a low cost in one currency to achieve higher returns from investments in other currency. One of the most recent examples have been Japanese yen. You borrow Japanese yen, expecting the currency to remain cheap against the US dollar, and for Japanese interest rates to remain low. The Japanese just recently hiked rates, and the Fed expected to cut rates here. So doing this, the carry trade are coming under pressure and the losses from that. So basically they were doing that arbitrage, kind of what I was talking about, borrowing low, using dollars, and it came back to finally bite them.
Arbitrage. I thought that was a race in the Olympics.
No, it's not.
Okay. Good morning, Valerie. Valerie Moon. How are you?
Is someone talking to you?
Nope. I see she gave a thumbs up.
Okay. And Mary Daley, who is the San Francisco Fed president, I'm surprised she's still in San Francisco,
right?
Acknowledged the weakness in the labor market and the weakness in the freaking
economy.
And Biden, where is he? After last Friday's BLS jobs report, she said from her mind that we are now confirmed the labor market is slowing, and extremely important that we're not letting it slow so much that it turns itself into a downturn. Too late.
Yep. Oops.
So bottom line, they're thinking of 50. She's thinking of 50 basis points cut in September versus the quarter and everything else.
She's thinking.
Yes.
Okay.
She's part of it. So.
I know. She's not all of it, though.
Nope.
I got a mosquito bite all of a sudden.
Something. Don't know where fleas or something.
Don't know where it came from.
But the one thing that has happened is because values, according to CoreLogic and Black Knight that came out, last week we talked about how we're still up, 5.7% over year and all that stuff. Tappable home equity reaches new high of $11.5 trillion in the United States.
Yeah.
That means that 32 million mortgage holders who can access at least $100K in equity. There are 4.6 million mortgage holders who can access 500,000 or more. Okay. Nationwide.
Yeah.
That's just telling you how much equity we have. There are nearly 1.2 million mortgage holders that have 1 million or more in equity.
That's a lot of equities.
Fewer than 325,000 mortgage holders are underwater on their loans. That's nothing.
25,000. That's a drop in the bucket.
Yeah. Which equates to roughly 0.6% of all active loans being in negative equity position. Wow. Another 4.2% of all mortgage holders have less than 10% equity in their homes, according to the report. That's they just bought in the last year and then put 3% down.
Well, vote the Democratic ticket and it will be much worse later.
Just go with your pocketbook.
Yeah.
There was not a lot of mortgage news today. We said that basically the next thing's coming out, I think tomorrow and Thursday. Thursday is initial jobs coming. You're making me start itching if you keep scratching.
I'll scratch till it bleeds and it'll stop.
All right, well, stop.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't have Band-Aids for you. All right. So one thing that came out is a Maui wildfire.
I thought you were going to say Maui Wowie.
Yeah. Wildfire
right.
Plaintiffs reached a $4 billion settlement. More than 10,000 plaintiffs, including homeowners, businesses, and other individuals, will receive a collective $4 billion settlement. This is one of the fastest settlements that's happened for a fire. Because I have one client that's getting a settlement from when his house burned up in that big fire close to us.
Paradise.
And he's getting a lot of money. But we'll get into that. It took forever.
Years.
The settlement was reached against 7 defendants: the state of Hawaii, the county of Maui, Hawaii Electric, I can't even say that name. School, Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris schools.
West Maui Land Company, Hawaiian Telecom, Spectrum Charter Communications. I was surprised that they had all those people, but this fire killed 102 people and destroyed over 3,000 homes and other buildings.
Yeah.
And so it's glad that they're getting their money, but it's not going to take care of all of Lahaina and everything else that's burned down.
Nope.
And that's all I have. And the other thing is, be careful when you're seeing all these people post these rates.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's getting so excited that rates are coming down and it's getting so much better. I can't hear myself. There we go. And you just have to be careful with reading those rates. There's a thing called APR. Do you know what an APR is?
Annual percentage rate.
Right, but do you know what it means?
Well, it's all that stupid shit that it costs. You put the cost into there and then divide by 7 and there you go.
Okay, whatever. So there's the note rate, which you pay on.
Right.
And then there's the cost in the loan. So what they basically, when it first came out, it was supposed to help you find the best loan out there by using the APR.
Right.
The problem is people like me and whatever, we figured ways to mess with that. So we can give you the lowest rate out there and you're thinking, oh my God, I got this 5.625 VA that I saw yesterday, the day before. But my APR is like 5.9 something. What does that mean? That means there's freaking costs in your loan.
Right.
And understand that there could be 1 or 2 points in those rates.
What's a point? How much?
1% of the loan amount.
Right.
And and again, just be very careful how much different the APR is from the note rate. And people never understand that. And that's why they take these loans from these, especially more veterans who get these IRRRLs, and they're getting charged 2 points. They're adding 20 grand on their loan amount because they're saving 2 payments and or they're not writing a check for 2 months and they're saving some on a monthly payment.
But adding 20 grand. So how long will that take you to get that back?
Forever.
Yeah.
It does. But the problem is it's the same thing with what I saw yesterday. People post, it was not only local, it was all over the place.
Right.
And they're trying to get people to get, oh, wow, rates have went down that much. I need to get started. The problem is they're going to call them and say, well, they kind of moved today because they really moved today.
Right.
Where we ended the day negative yesterday. So the rates weren't as low as what they posted by the end of the day. Mr. Scratcher, stop it.
No.
Yes.
It is.
Nobody wants to see that.
And they're not watching.
Yeah, they're doing. And we're down 20. And we're down 27 basis points today on top of the 27 we were down yesterday. And the bond is back up to 3.8749. I think so it opened this morning at 3.7921, which means yesterday, as low as it went, it came back up. And because there was probably short coverings and a bunch of other stuff.
Where were we when we farted? When we started yesterday morning, we were positive,
368.
Okay.
36. Yes, it was much lower. That's what I'm saying. Yesterday, I can't go back in time.
No.
Yeah.
Well, Cher can.
Who?
Cher. She can go back in time.
Okay. Ha ha ha.
Yeah. But I mean, the day fell apart as it went longer.
Correct. Yeah, because that's typically what happens when we have these volatile markets, which we're going to have volatile markets. I was sitting here with somebody yesterday doing some stuff, and all of a sudden I get alert to lock, which I haven't had alert to lock in a while.
Yeah.
And it was like, hey, long term, we're going to keep going down, but they're going to take some profits off the table right now. So just understand that. So if you should have locked just early morning yesterday.
Crystal balls are the best to have hanging on your desk.
Not anywhere else because they clank.
Yeah.
Click, remember those?
Yes.
They used to give them away at
the
Shakey's
knockers.
Pizza and stuff back in the day.
Didn't they outlaw those?
Yes, because they
would shatter.
Yes,
and then one person, I guess, left it in the sun on a stack of newspapers or something. And you know how you use magnifying glass to go through and burn ants and stuff when you were a kid?
No.
You never did that?
No. I was not that bad of a person.
I grew up and got better. But I guess they set a house on fire by starting up a stack of newspapers.
Oh, well, but Tesla batteries do, and they still sell them.
Yeah, well, they got a better attorney than most other people.
Those are free anyway. I remember those. Anyway, that's funny.
Knockers.
Yeah.
They were a lot of fun.
Clink, clink, clink. I just can't believe they did it out of glass.
Well, it was safety glass.
Whatever. It was not. Let's watch it. Clink, 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 clink. Oh, they broke. And the glass went everywhere. Shocking.
Are you wearing safety goggles? No, the box didn't tell us to do that.
All right, Scratcher.
I know that was a different scratch.
Yeah.
Or an itch, different itch.
So that's so just all I was trying to, I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to get people to say, hey, that Peloton's coming. We're here and we're ready to buy. Technically, rates are good.
Yeah.
And they're getting better. So long term, they will be right. But just understand that people are pricing things under the market. It would be like if you listed your property at 500,000, but you started posting stuff saying it was for 490. And then when you called them up and said, hey, I want your house for 490. Oh, I'm sorry. The seller decided to raise the price to 500.
535.
Yeah. So just understand that. I'm not saying they're doing anything wrong, because that would be wrong of me to say that, but just check the difference between the note rate and the APR. If it's a pretty big difference, there's a lot of cost in there.
There is.
Because originally what they would do is they take, this is how you figure out. So if I had $100,000 loan at, say, 5% interest rate for a 30-year term, this is the payment, right? And now they say, okay, take those costs, say it costs you $5,000 out of the loan that you get. So you only get $95,000 at this payment for 30 years. What's my rate?
Right.
And that's the easiest way to explain it. And that's how the APR comes. So the higher the APR versus your rate, the more costs in that loan.
Yeah.
But I can take so if I gave you a 5.99 and my APR was, 601, that sounds higher. But if I gave you a 5% and my APR was 5.875,
that's a lot of money.
But they're like, that sounds great.
Yeah. Well, it just costs you this.
That's better than 602, right?
Yeah, it is better than 602.
See how they manipulate those things?
So you got the Peloton that was catching up, right?
Yeah, that's the amount of the people that were going to be coming out there to write offers on all of it.
Then later in the day, Kristen Faulkner, the gold medalist in the Olympics, took off on her sprint and nobody could catch her.
Nope. And she wasn't supposed to do that. Wasn't supposed to be racing.
No, she was like, if I do okay through most of the race, I'll stick with it.
Because the other person who was supposed to do it decided to work on the triathlon.
Right.
And she was the fastest ever. So.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I didn't watch it. I actually had work yesterday.
I watched, it was on Sunday.
It was yesterday.
Saturday.
Yesterday.
The triathlon?
Oh, no, the other person who won yesterday.
Kristen Faulkner, I think, won on Saturday or Sunday.
Oh, really? Okay. So you can tell I don't watch.
It was a replay. But anyway, I just happened to have it on. I was doing stuff around the house, and I saw this getting down to the last thing, and they're battling. She's back in the back. There's two people in the lead. There's two people chasing. They finally caught up with those two people, and then about a second or four later, boom, she took off, and the other three were sitting there on their bikes in there looking at each other like, well, who's going to chase her?
Well, they're probably going, she's not going to keep it up.
Yeah.
She can't keep it up. That pace, she can't keep that pace.
She sure did.
Because I've watched all those Tour de France's, and they catch that person.
Usually.
Not always.
But, they start too early. So
is that what they do?
She probably had it all figured out. She said she felt great through the whole thing. It was pretty awesome to watch. Kind of remind me of that race that I was in. Oh, I've never been in a bicycle race.
I have.
I know you have.
I've been in triathlon where we all in the nation's triathlon. You're supposed to keep away from other people and not draft. About 5 of us, because there were so many people. Just in my age bracket was 5,000 people.
Holy
and that was
crap.
a 5-year age bracket.
Where was that?
That was in DC.
Okay.
So nation's triathlon, and it was like, this was the fastest I've ever done 25 miles in. And for Olympic distance, and these people are in the way, so you have to get over to the left, and there was this 5 of us just flying past everybody because we had to get over to the left. And what are you going to do?
No, you go.
Yeah,
and then I'll go.
We're going to hit you for a time. Who gives or whatever? I'm saving so much time, it's ridiculous. When I was going 29 miles to 30 miles an hour with these guys, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, that's all I had.
Did that with oh God, who was it? Mark, the old owner of Harvest Moon. We went out riding and we put a Peloton together, a pace line, really. That was a lot of fun. So you'd pull in front for a while, and then you drop back, and
that's called a pace line.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, well, why are you explaining it? It's not.
No, I just mean it was fun. It was a lot of fun, and we were doing about 32 on the flat, which we had.
I did it with a bunch of other people going out towards Patterson.
Yeah,
and they loved me in front.
Yeah, they did. You big old sail.
That wind was hitting us so hard, we were pushing over.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. So, all right.
All right.
That's all I have.
Have a
Enough
great
of our
day.
history for the day. And we'll be back tomorrow. We'll have local numbers, and hopefully we'll get some more information out there.
Absolutely.
And you know what?
Maybe something will happen today.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. And, and get somebody in contact.
I know. I'm working hard.
Stop focusing on where rates are and what people are going to do. It's coming.
The only time
There's
I
a
hear
knock on the
rates is
door.
when I'm here.
The knock on the door.
Hello.
Hello.
Are you open to an opportunity?
This is the market calling.
Yeah. Did you want to play? Can you come out and play?
Say hey. All right.
The Warriors. Have a great day, kids.
All right. Talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.